Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to yet another ramble where we'll be covering the Run Energy Changes blog. Look at this Giga Chad right here. He looks like Sonic the Hedgehog. I think that's what they were going for, I think, right? I'm really excited about this. I just took a little glance at it. But in this ramble, we're going to have the live chat from Twitch down in the corner so they can participate along. Sorry, YouTube Live. I've decided this year to, take a step back from the YouTube live streaming, mainly just because I feel like I'm flooding your guys' inboxes with live streams, and a lot of you aren't interested in the live section. And the fact that YouTube there's no way to disable the live streams. I'm doing it for their sake to not flood them. So I am live on Twitch right now, though. You can drop a link down or click on the link down in the description. And we're going to get into this. And then what I've decided to do for this ramble, along with the live chat, we're also going to be covering the Reddit comments on this blog post. So this is going to be a fat, juicy one. All right. Run Energy Changes. We're speeding into the new year with the long-awaited Run Energy Changes. Can we get them for real life? Also, all of these rambles are on Spotify, so go down in the description, drop a 5-star rating if you guys are interested. It helps out. I don't actually even know if it helps out, to be honest. There's no sort of exploration or algorithm on Spotify, I swear to God. So but you could still drop a 5-star rating. But yeah, I think you have to listen to an episode or a half or something for you to be eligible to even rate. All right. Anyway, sorry about all those advertisements. PSA, before we get started, please note that the friends list and friends chat may be unavailable for a few minutes following today's update. No, that's unacceptable. We expect this to be resolved very quickly, but content that relies on these systems, such as CoX, will be impacted for a short while. Now, on with the news post. I could click this, but I know what this does is the changelog. It just lists everything. So we're going to skip this right now and just go to the pure beef right now. No matter what your New Year's resolution is, we expect you to hit the ground running in 2025. Throughout 2024, we held 2 separate betas featuring 3 iterations of changes to one of Old School's hottest topics: how fast your run energy drains and restores. We've chatted about this loads in our beta blogs, which you can find here and here. By the way, this blog post will be linked down in the description. Sorry, guys, but just pointing it all out for you guys, because I swear I always get a comment or two hey, wow. Yeah, anyway, I'm not going to continue. All right, so we'll spare you from us digging too deep into the why for these changes, since that's old news at this point. You'll notice that the numbers below differ from those in our second beta because we went away and made changes based on your feedback. We'll also be responding to your feedback after today, in the knowledge that while some activities will be easier, this change is by no means game-breaking. I actually respect that, I'll be fully honest. I'm glad that they didn't go crazy mode and just made it so run is not even a thing. Or should I say walking isn't even a thing. At a glance, here's what's changing. Considerably improved energy regeneration at lower agility levels while leaving it unchanged at level 99. Energy drains more slowly in all scenarios, at every weight and agility level. This becomes more significant as agility level and weight increase. Interesting. Now, let's see the graphs. Energy regeneration. The existing formula for regenerating energy looks like this: agility level divided by 6 plus 8. Bro, what? We're not back at this. I tried to avoid school. Quit with the math equations. No, I actually like this, kind of. Keep in mind that behind the scenes, run energy scales between 0 and 10,000. This means that at level 1 agility, your regen rate is 1 divided by 6 plus 8, which gives a regen rate of 8 per tick. Since we always round down, to regenerate from 0% to 100% would take 1250 ticks, or 12 minutes, 30 seconds. At level 99 agility, it takes 417 ticks to fully regenerate, or 4 minutes, 10 seconds. The formula you'll be experiencing today looks like this. Okay. So agility level divided by 10 plus 15. So for those listening and not seeing this visually, basically there's a chart and it's a nice little upgrade. So it looks like on this new chart, so what it used to do is it looked like every about 6 levels it would go up, you know. So every like 6 agility levels from like 1 until about, actually it looks like about every 5 levels. Actually, I can't even tell. No, it's about 6, I think. But I think the first one starts kind of like at level 6. Then it went to like level 12 and then upward from there. And every single one of those would have a little leap in how much you're regenerating. So this is the energy restoration per tick. And now it looks like it's every 10 levels. So once you hit level 10, it bumps. Once you hit level 20, it bumps. It looks like that. So, and then at 99, they converge. So that looks great. This means that in the early stages of the game, your run energy will regenerate noticeably faster, perfect for those taking their first steps in Gielinor. At later levels, this will drop off and your energy will restore at a similar rate to what you're used to. I think that's cool. Strictly speaking, this is weaker than our latest beta. It's still strong at early levels, but we've reined in the regen a little to compensate for further improvements to drain rates, which we have not covered yet. So let's cover that. Speaking of energy drain rates, in our last beta, energy drain was almost always slower than the behavior you're used to, where anybody above level 54 agility would always find themselves running longer before their energy drained to 0. A lot of you felt that drain rates were still a little too high, particularly in the early stages of the game, and that there was still a heavy reliance on passive regenerating by walking or standing still in order to really get value out of your agility levels. With that in mind, we've adjusted drain rate further so that it is always an improvement over existing behavior. It can be a little tricky to show these numbers off easily since both weight and agility level play a factor now, but we'll try our best. For comparison, here's how the behavior you're used to stacks up against what we're implementing today. Existing drain rate formula 67 times the weight, or 67 plus, in parentheses, 67 times the weight divided by 64. Drain rate formula in today's update 60 plus, in parentheses, 67 times weight divided by 64, close parentheses, times, in parentheses, 1 minus agility divided by 300, close parentheses. Those listening on Spotify, I'm so sorry. You're probably like, what the fuck? Just move on. I'm sorry for all the numbers. We've got a lower base drain rate from 67 down to 60 and a new multiplier which will reduce your drain rate as your agility level increases. Ultimately, this means you'll always be able to run a little farther than before. But this improvement grows as your agility level increases and will be noticeable at higher weights. This graph illustrates the difference a bit more clearly. Okay, so basically what it used to be is it was pretty much, so energy lost per tick used to be the exact same across the board, but all that it mattered was your weight. So basically they were just completely straight, and now with your agility level increasing, it's actually lowering. But even at level 1, it's already improvement, and it just gets more and more and more and more improved. So that's fucking beautiful. I love that so much. Well done, Jamflex. Well done. This graph shows drain rate, energy loss per tick versus agility level compared to, yeah, we get it. Okay, that's what I was just explaining. And then the energy loss per tick, so energy drain rate versus weight. Again, everything is just an improvement over the old system. And in this chart in particular, it does look a lot more like a linear kind of growth. So cool. As we mentioned above, we'll be keeping a close eye on your feedback, particularly in places where I fucking struggle saying this word. For those that listen to a bunch of my rambles, this word it's bad. It's my arch nemesis. In places where run energy tends to matter, like Chambers of Xeric solos, God Wars dungeon trips, and Herbivore, we're especially interested in hearing from newer accounts about how these changes affect early game questing, hunter rumors with limited teleport options, traditional runecraft, and anything else you'd like to know about. Now go on, get those steps in. So before we continue with this, I want to share a few of my thoughts on the run energy thing. I haven't tested it yet, although I already know it's going to be a banger because across the board, it's just better in every situation. Even at 99, even though at the beginning they're saying nothing's improved with the restoration, the drain rate and everything has improved. So even at 99, you're going to see improvements, especially when you're PVMing. So it's great. And I just want to share a few thoughts. I think, there's still a lot of avenues we can go down to improve the early game situation, because getting to 73 Herblore to start making stamina pots is just, it's a big ask, to be fair. And I love that little idea I posted on Reddit a couple months ago, or a month ago or so, and it got a lot of upvotes. It was the strange seed. Maybe you get it from like a random event or something. Don't make it too uncommon, but just a strange seed you can plant in a bush patch, and it grows strange fruit. So instead of going to the Artie Monastery, because that's a really common thing, is to get your Artie Cloak 1, run to the bush patch and pick your white berries or whatever. In this situation, you'd plant a strange seed. And so every time you go to the Ardoin Monastery to either run to your spirit tree to the west, or run to the fairy ring to the east, or just run into Artie Zoo and look at the monkeys or whatever, you can pick the strange fruit from there. And maybe you gather like 8 or so. And then boom, you have 240 run energy stacked up in your inventory, depending on how much space you have. I think that'd be fucking beautiful. And there's also a bush patch at the Champions Guild. And guess what you get super fucking early on? A Chronicle. So imagine you're a new Iron Man. You get your Chronicle, and you have you have a random event pop up, and boom, you have your strange seed. Okay, let's plant it at the Champions Guild. So every time you use your Chronicle, run to the other side of the building, pick your strange fruit on your journey, and then continue. I think that would be such a fucking amazing addition to this game. It's thematic, it fits, it's a little tiny bit out of your way, so it's not going to be changing any metas per se. I think it's just beautiful. So let me know what you guys think about that suggestion. Also, honestly, I like the pub idea where you're restoring your run. I think that would be a cool little system. Just if you're standing in a pub or just moving around, it has a rapid regen. But on top of that, I think what would be really cool is that if you go to the bartender, there are some additional drinks. Let's just say there's some, I don't know, you buy a fucking Red Bull there or something, like, can we buy Red Bull in this game already? Can we go to the pub and buy a Red Bull? No, but we need to buy some sort of thing at the pub that is a serious game changer. Like, you can buy a few drinks. They're kind of expensive, maybe. I don't fucking know. Maybe he just has one in stock per every 10 minutes. He has like a shot. Like, okay, so you're going to a pub, you can't stock up on these per se, but you go to the pub, and if you've hit the cooldown, you can talk to the bartender. He'll give you this shot that's going to fuck you up, but it's going to restore your run energy and maybe even boost it a little bit above 100. I think that'd be great. A little bit of thematics thrown in there. Also, I just need to share this because this is something I talked about on the My Hands Don't Work cast, which I uploaded yesterday. Phenomenal cast. Cam's a fucking legend. Anyway, what I was talking about there was, this is not really the run energy thing, but again, helping out the early game. Scurious, I'm sorry, but Scurious kind of sucks in a way. Scurious is phenomenal, but what sucks in a way is that it's catered toward lower levels, and a lot of lower level Iron Men, and even just lower levels in general, don't want to have prayer pots, and Iron Men don't have prayer pots. So they're either forced to do like LMS and hop to a PvP world, which is kind of messy in my opinion. And I was just thinking, how cool would it be is if you completed the quest Demon Slayer, that demonic force leaves Varrock. And so now underneath Varrock sewers, there's a passive prayer regeneration, similar to the demonic ruins out in the wilderness. You know what I mean? Demon, demonic, you know what I'm saying? There's a little bit of theme, a little bit of lore there. I think that'd be awesome. And also those cheese piles, just that fucking rotting cheese in those things when you're in Scurious's lair, that needs to restore your prayer as well. I'm sorry. It's just like, what is happening? Anyway, also they could just introduce like rat scrolls or something so you can tell. Jesus fucking Christ, what was that? Oh my God, that scared the hell out of me. Okay, thank you. I turned off all alerts, but apparently the sound alerts are still going off. Thank you, Zulo. Anyway, so we are going, and I've lost my train of thought. Scurious, yeah. So anyway, that would be cool as well. Let me know what you guys think about that. All right, Leagues 5 Reward Shop. There are just 2 weeks left to enjoy Leagues 5 Raging Echoes. Now's the time to check off those last few goals and scoop up the remaining points. On that note, the League's 5 reward shop will open its doors in next week's update, so you can pick up all the snazzy rewards you've had your eyes on. Which ones are your favorites? Wow, this is big. Holy crap. Okay, that's cool. Anyway, that's cool. Other changes. This is the nice little bullet points. And right after this, we're going to be going into the Reddit thread and seeing what people around the community have to say. Miscellaneous changes and fixes. Now that you've helped the stray dogs of Falador find their forever homes, we're removing the Christmas 2024 event. The dogs will remain with their new owners. Feel free to visit and pet them anytime. Zar is once again making Waska Potion unfinished as intended. To prevent mega scale boosting, I saw this already. To prevent mega scale boosting abuse at Chambers of Xeric, we've changed how unique rewards are distributed now. Now players who leave a raid in progress are eligible to receive unique items, but if they would do so, the reward is discarded instead. This ensures that leaving a CoX raid no longer transfers loot chances onto remaining participants. Thank you, Jagex. Can we get a round of applause? A little late, but, you know, it's never too late, as I always say. I never say that, but, I mean, I kind of do say that. Not always, but not never either. So, well done. Can we get some claps in the chat? Come on, guys. This is phenomenal, and the reason is because it never made any fucking sense in the first place to funnel points to other players. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm totally on board for, you know, if somebody wants to help you through a Chambers, I don't really care about, okay, so I want to just share a point on like services. I think login services are bad, and I also just think we should kind of a little bit sick. I mean, I know this has kind of become like a gray area where logging into people's accounts, it's like Jagex will say it's against the rules, but everyone seemingly does it. And it's like, oh, well, as long as you're not competing or whatever. Anyway, I like that sort of not rule, but kind of like, I don't know, culture of not logging into people's accounts. Anyway, services I'm against because I feel like services are when somebody logs into your account, and I'm against that. But I like the system of helping people. I like services where you pay somebody to potentially help you with a raid. I think that's all fair and completely cool, as long as it's like in-game gold. You're not paying people like real money. I mean, would that even be, I mean, I guess that would be a problem, yeah. But anyway, like I like the kind of helping services where it's like, hey, you want to do something fair where you're not logging into my account, I'll help you through a 500 TOA or something. Yeah, here, pay me fucking 20 mil or whatever. Like, I think that's cool. But the login services are a problem, and I'm glad that, anyway, this is, I guess, a little bit unrelated now that I'm even talking about it, but like, because I don't think anybody was necessarily logging into people's accounts, but this whole system didn't function because you are getting a benefit on your account from another play, like directly, like you're just like fun. Here, take my Chambers points that I earned, and now I'm going to throw them onto your account. It didn't work. It didn't make any fucking sense, and I'm glad that Jagex finally came to their senses. So well done. After all the screaming and screeching from the community and myself, I made some rambles on it. It's great. So well done. All right. Who's in shambles? I think that we're going to cover some Reddit posts. There's some few people in shambles. Water jugs in the Tombs of a Masket Zebek fight can now be attacked with magic as intended. By the way, I've not like read a singular chat right now in the Twitch chat, so I'm sorry. But when you guys start, after I've covered this, I can start reading what you guys are saying. Sorry, but at least the YouTube chat can see what you guys are saying. Or the YouTube, but not YouTube chat, YouTube viewers. Water jugs in the Tombs of a Masket Zebek fight can now be attacked with magic as intended. Thank you. Darok, Obama, no. Darok or Darok. Why am I saying Darok? Jesus. Darok, the Wretched, no longer deals his max hit on every successful attack after his health has been reduced. To be fair, no monkey died fair and square. He didn't have his prayer up, you know. But no, it wasn't exactly fair and square. I'll be fully honest there. As much as I would have wanted it to be. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, yeah, but that's nice. Thank you. When did that even like show up? It was just like some random update. Darok just. Why am I saying Darok? Oh my God, guys, I'm. This is bad. This is fine. Okay, I'm glad they've changed that. Fixed an issue where the Whisperer's tentacles failed to spawn under certain conditions. The left click / tap option on room crafting pouches will now dynamically swap between fill and empty, depending on their status and what you have in your inventory. If you were using the menu entry swapper for these pouches, you may need to set fill as a left click option for dynamic effect to start working. Yeah, so reset it. That's amazing. I love that actually so much. The only issue I can potentially see is that the dynamic might not work fully. I'm just imagining that because, like, imagine you only half fill your pouch. What's it going to switch to? Is it still going to be on fill, or is it going to be on empty? You know, who is decide? Is it just if it's fully full, then it'll dynamically switch? Anyway, I feel like that might be an issue, and then you're going to get a little bit butthurt when you do just left click and it doesn't function the way you wanted it to. I don't know. We'll see. Unless the dynamic, actually, yeah, no, there might be some issues with this. We'll see. Also, can we have that with the coal bag, please? The coal bag needs that dynamic stuff. Also, because I briefly looked at the Reddit post, some legend in the Reddit post commented. He said, not only can the coal bag, can we have it dynamic? Can we also make it so when you run up to the conveyor, it automatically dumps the coal that's in your inventory and dumps the coal that's from your coal pouch. Boom. All in there. Boom. Just all in there in one tick. There's no need to even... That'd be fucking nuts. That'd be crazy. Also, while we're at it, can we make it so I don't know how much engine work this would require, but for a blast furnace, you know when you run up and then the little blast furnace thing where you're receiving the ores is like unable to be clicked for like a couple ticks when it like first dumps the XP drop? Can we make that so that's not the case? It's kind of annoying, like waiting there and you're like clicking and you're yellow clicking the dispenser. Anyway, getting distracted. Removed a restriction which prevented players from receiving master clues for 30 seconds after they last received one. That's finally getting changed? Oh my god. All right, nice. Increased combat achievement. No, increased combat achievement buffs when choosing how many Barrows brothers to kill for a boss slayer task. So at the maximum is always a multiple of 6. Scorching Bow now works for a range of Demon Bane themed combat achievements. Tormented demons and demonic gorillas now correctly appear in the combat achievements monster dropdown list. Fix an issue where pieces of Barrows and Perilous Moon's kits would break prematurely when attempting to drop them with the valuable item warning active. Fix an issue where degrading Perilous Moon kit pieces in free-to-play would delete them. The clothing pouch blueprint can now be crafted with a costume needle without a thread. What do you guys say? Costume or costume? Costume. Yeah, I say costume. Now that sounds weird. Costume sounds weird too, though, to be fair. This fucking word is weird now that I'm saying it in my head. Without a thread as intended. You can now make the Make-X processes for creating stamina, anti-venom, and anti-fire potions without canceling your character's existing movement. Beautiful. Oh, I love that. See, that is so unappreciated. This is a thing that never really affected my gameplay, but I just know how impactful this can be if you're like an efficient player, if it's running around trying to make your pots while moving. This is so good because it just makes the game feel smoother. It doesn't feel like there's this clunkiness that you're almost anticipating the clunkiness. This is kind of what happens with a clunky game, is that you start like sort of tensing up when you have to do something that you know is about to like kind of make you stall or something, or make your character like fucking stop moving and stuff. Like, it's just human nature to start like tensing up almost like as soon as you're about to do something, you know, or you're not even sure, but you feel like there's going to be some weird clunky system. So cleaning all this up, whoever's doing that on the Jagex team, you're a fucking legend. I love you. Thank you. Keep doing that across the board. This is just my OCD talking. But on top of it, I think a lot of people, even without the OCD, highly appreciate it. They just don't understand. Like they can't appreciate it because like they're not aware of how much it is potentially like making them, I don't know, making their gameplay worse. All right. You should no longer find that a portal nexus to Centisten transforms into. Speaking of this, did you guys see that Reddit post this morning? I was just on Reddit this morning. Did you guys know that spell called Carol that teleports you to Canifis? It's not actually Carol. It's Carural. There's 2 R's in there. Carural teleport. Anyway, I thought that was funny. Everyone in the comments was like, what the fuck? It was like the ectofunctus thing all over. Transforms into a portal nexus to Ardoin. That still takes you to Centisten upon teleporting to your POH. You should no longer be told about an elusive reward pile when withdrawing rewards from the Wintertodt reward cart. When founding a clan with other players, the other founding members are now more likely to be automatically added to it successfully. The confirmation warning for the plank make spell can now be toggled on and off via settings menu. You can now hold more bonds in your bond pouch. Okay, cool. Wilderness fixes, food, potions, and the Phoenix necklace no longer go to the gravestone in the wilderness, preventing unintended access to unlimited supply. Teleporting to the wilderness via the player-owned house obelisk now includes an additional warning if the player is in a high-risk world. Gim fixes. Can we just... No. Leave Gim... Fuck Group Iron Man. No, I'm kidding. I actually love Group Iron Man. Now that I've played it especially, I've always memed about it regardless, even before I played it. But shout out Group Iron Man. The only problems with Group Iron Man, truly, the only real problems is there should be a shared collection log and there should be a shared POH across the board. I don't care about the engine work. I don't care how long that's going to take. Fucking send it, please. Can we please make it so we have a shared collection log on a group? Can we please make it so we have a shared POH so you just build one POH that's shared between all members? Oh, holy shit. That would be insane. That would be so amazing. Fixed a bug where the GIM... on top of that, this is like above and beyond. This could potentially have some engine issues as well. But can you imagine a shared stash unit system? So if you are the clue guy, you're building stash units for your teammates. So you all have this kind of shared stash unit. And the only issue I could potentially see is the engine work kind of glitching if you both, like on the same tick on different worlds, like went to a stash unit. Like who would get the items? You know, so there could be some potential abuse. You just, however you're going to fix that in the engine, that would be cool. But, that'd be amazing. That'd be so sexy. Fixed a bug where the GIM combat achievements were showing missing points when all duo GIM tasks were completed. Fixed a bug allowing the use of Gommel's Hilt 6 claimed in a GIM account for a completed combat achievement on a regular account after conversion. Visual fixes. Fixed visual glitches affecting certain basic clothing items when wielding the cursed banana. Can we just delete the cursed banana? No, I love the cursed banana, I'll be honest. It's cute. The cursed banana attack animation is now properly displayed while walking. I just love how there's like a dedicated section for this cursed banana. How cursed is that? Horns of the following helms are now properly aligned with body type B. Fremennik helm, Archer helm, Farseer helm, Warrior helm, Berserker helm. Fix an animation issue where the player character turns around while crossing the gangplanks in Corsair Cove. Show off. Have your say, Bay. No, have your say. Staying connected with our players is our top priority here on the old school RuneScape team. We actively listen to your feedback and work together to shape the game we all cherish. Whether through in-game polls, surveys and news posts, or keeping track of your thoughts on social platforms, community consultation, and player sentiment are at the heart of old school RuneScape. To further strengthen this connection, we're adding new in-game surveys where you can have your say. Hey, I need help. Every few months, you may encounter in-game pop-up boxes asking you to rate your experience with the game. There are 2 kinds of questions. A survey question about specific content, which varies between scales of 1 to 5 and 1 to 10, depending on context. A survey question about your overall satisfaction with the game. This question will appear more infrequently, about once every 9 months. Okay, so I think that's respectable. These pop-ups will only appear while you are idle in a safe place. So, like in the wilderness, you're just fucking around and this team pops up on you. Hey, Annual 9-month survey. Hey, we're not going to allow you to close this. We're going to not let the escape button close it. You're being attacked by 9 people in the wilderness. No, I'm kidding. Hopefully this functions properly. To avoid disrupting your gameplay, if you'd rather not answer, you can disable these settings or these messages in the settings. I'm just going to disable this right now. I'm kidding. You know what? I would be okay with this. I genuinely like the fact that they're being very transparent about it and just saying, hey, we're truly trying to improve the game. Like, I'm going to keep this up, you know, unless it fucks with my gameplay, which it probably will. I can already see that happening. Oh, the team. Look how cute they all look. All right, cool. Let's go to the Reddit. Oops. All right, where is it? Right here. Run energy changes. Let's see what they have to say. Runefest. I don't care about the merch. I do not care. I got back into OSRs this week after something like 8 years of break, and first thing I was annoyed of was old energy depletion and how nice it would be to scale the drain rate with agility level. How nice it is if Jagex heard my thoughts and instantly implemented. Yeah, instantly. Okay, actually, let me read some of your guys' chats as well. What do you guys have to say? Hi, Wiggy. The Rock, yeah. I love that like the J mods come in here and just start like, you know, being all cheerful. Yeah, that's great. Bark, bark. Why is it a dog? Can we close this? Okay, so I've been using this plugin which makes rune pouches left click to fill, except when at the altar. When it's left click to empty, will the system work? Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I want to see. By the way, I will read the Twitch chat now, so if you guys have anything to say or any points that I made that you want to bring up, now is the time to do it. You guys are probably already talking. I just was focused on reading the thing. Okay. Clan. Yeah, that's cool. The Master Clue, that's a beautiful quality of life. I fully agree. I'm playing an account where that's not really relevant at the moment, but I do remember, you know, having that be an issue. Mega scales are dead. Good to see it. Just a shame to see this so late and without much attention given to it. Still, good it was finally addressed. No more waiting for masters. Great quality of life. Yeah, I mean, again, it did take a while, but I'm glad they finally did it. Makes perfect sense why they did it. This is not just... it just makes perfect sense. You can't funnel points into another person's account. It was broken. Darok I was about to say Darok again. Darok the Wretched no longer deals with Mexa. Yeah, free my boy. What happened? Oh, Darok got nerfed. Is that what kind of it? I don't understand. Let's do an underground pass quest when this update dropped, and I'm going through the dungeon again for Regicide, and the difference in energy regen and draining is so noticeable. Very welcome change. Beautiful. That's awesome to hear. I'm really excited about it because I still have some quests to do. And by the way, my account is 86, almost 87 agility, so I'm going to see some massive improvements. Cool. Looking forward to hearing all the sob stories of boosters not being able to feed their 13 kids and 4 wives. Thanks for, yeah. Guys, now is your chance to add run restoration to pubs for early game players, as I was saying. Imagine regenning your run at Port Sarum, Lumbee, then in Varrock, Blue Moon Inn, in Barbarian Village, and in Falador Rising Sun, while in the early game questing. It would feel so much better. Make existing buildings and content useful for new players. Late game, we have POH Restoration Pool, mid-game Ferox, but only if you know about it. This will fix the pain for the early, super early game and make experience for new and returning players. I also love that Strange Fruit idea. Let's see what they have to say. This would be a really cool addition, even if it gets niche uses. I would love to see more players hanging out in pubs. Yeah, I'm a fan of this. I think there was somebody... Oh, look at this legend. I love this guy. The Strange Fruit. Yeah, let's fucking go. This guy's... Oh, and at the Remington Houseport. I forgot that's a bush patch, too. Oh, these are just brilliant places to have these. What does one do in the pub to get this effect? To literally just stand there? It doesn't sound fun at all to me. Like you said, it makes early game better, but if you have to stand in a pub for 15, 30 seconds to restore my run energy, that doesn't sound cool at all. I'll be fully honest. I think it is cool to just have the pubs be a thing where you're actually just regenning your run like 5x just in every single pub. I think that's beautiful. Mainly because I'll be fully honest, playing on a new account, people are more social. It's just the fucking truth. Like, it's kind of fun going and just chatting with somebody. In fact, like literally in my game right now, this guy was in the farming guild and he just murders an imp with a fucking rune simi for no reason. He was just like hitting it like 5 times, finally killing it. I said, "Did you murder that imp?" "Sure did." "Damn." And then I died somewhere. Where did I die? Oh, fuck. Anyway, I don't know where I died, but I died at some point. Wait, where did I die? I don't even remember me dying. That's not good. Anyway, is my gravestone like, did I fall asleep or I don't fucking know. Or I don't know what happened there. But those little interactions when you're chatting with somebody, it's just fucking hilarious. Like, you're just chatting with a real player. That's the beauty of it. Bots would not be going to these pubs. It'd be real fucking players. By the way, I'm not even going to talk about botting, but there's some serious issues. But it's just cool because you know that real players are pulling up to the pub, free to play especially. You pull up to the pub, you fully regen. In fact, I'm going to be honest, guys. I had this. This is another point on the like run energy thing. Is I think it would be cool if stams would allow you to boost above 100 run energy. I still feel like that's an amazing system to have. So if you've drinking a stamina pot, your run can continually restore above 100 while under the effect of the stamina. And then as soon as the stamina effect wears out, it caps. Maybe it could already have a cap of like 120 at, that's being really conservative. Maybe it could be 150. I think that would be a really cool effect with the stam. It could be the same thing with a pub. If you're in a pub, it actually boosts above 100. So imagine that. Imagine your run boosts up to 150. Sitting in a pub, you're chatting with some people like, "Hey, what's up, gamers? What you guys all up to?" While you're just waiting there for your run to regen. Maybe you could pull up to the bartender, as I was saying, buy a Red Bull. It doesn't have to be a Red Bull. Although, I'm not going to lie, guys. Remember when Jagex was like, "Hey, we want partnerships. We want partnerships. What do you guys think about that?" And we're all like, "No and no." Well, what if it was a Red Bull partnership and we get Red Bulls in the game? I don't know why I'm so obsessed with this idea, but no, just some sort of, it doesn't need to be a Red Bull. I'm just trolling right now, but like, can we get some sort of drink that restores your run energy when you're in a pub to carry on with your adventures? I think it'd be great. All right, moving on though. So yeah, it is an option for world building. I think that's the essential part. Will it be efficient? Will the end game fucking clogger sweats that dedicate their entire life to this game care about this system? No, but it's not for them. Yeah, this is this is what I was talking about. One Milk, he was the guy that was talking about the coal bag being dynamic and making auto emptied. Well done. Yeah, the Sonic. I bet I still see people wearing Graceful at Osidious Kitchens. Yeah. Ooh, that's going to be great. So great. Okay, awesome to see these run energy. So I'm going to read some of your guys' stuff now. Paid boosting is trash, bro. What's the difference between me swiping my Visa on a third-party website and getting a carry at Toa CoX versus me swiping Visa? Okay. I think a better idea would be to actually allow new players about the Chronicle or include it as an early quest reward. I mean, yeah, but, some things you just need to figure out. And I don't think that's that big of a deal. There could be some sort of lore, Just pull up, if you spawned it on Tutorial Island, there could be some guy that just gives you some general tips. Like, hey, by the way, there's a thing called an achievement diary. Artie's got a really nice one to go for. You should check that out in the achievement diary panel. And then another guy can be like, hey, a Chronicle is really helpful for early game. Just, I don't fucking know, stuff like that if it really matters. Have activities in pubs that you can train. We need those fucking chessboards, or we need those like Connect 4 things. Also, this is one more thing I wanted to share. There are so many activities in this game where you're like locked onto an object where run energy is not restoring anymore. So, I mean, there's just a plethora of examples I could go into. But for example, farming. If you're picking herbs, guess what? Your run energy orb is freaking out. It's not restoring because you're under an action. You know, if you're at the seaweed spot, well, to be fair, not like the seaweed spot really matters that much, but like anytime you're harvesting something, your run energy is not restoring. Every time you're dumping, there's a lot of farming with this. You know, farming is a place where you actually do run out of run energy if you're using your farming outfit and you're not like restoring. Can we just make it, I don't know how big of an engine work thing this is, but can the run energy be separate to all the activities that you're doing? Like all the stuff you're glued, you're locked, your character's locked into something. Can we separate the running from all of those systems so that you're always regenning your run? You know, even when you're doing an activity. You know what I'm talking about, guys? I'm kind of butchering explaining this, but this is... There's so many places where you would have restored your run energy, but nothing's being restored because you're doing an action. I think even mining has this issue. I think maybe elements of, I don't know, it feels like elements of like any skilling kind of have this thing where as soon as you're locked into something, run energy is no longer restoring. It's just not. It's a problem. So that'd be cool. You could have just have those things included in the activity advisor. Yeah, everyone turns that off. Nobody actually, that's a great point. Yeah, no, new players do actually use that activity advisor probably. So anyway, really cool, guys. I'm going to kind of like end this ramble now. We've been talking for like 40 minutes, but let me know what your guys' thoughts are down in the comments of this YouTube ramble. By the way, as I said in the beginning, all of these rambles are on Spotify. Go check it out. Drop a 5-star rating if you guys are interested. Drop a like on this ramble. It helps me grow as a creator. And also be sure to subscribe if you haven't already for more rambles, more Sebe casts. Bunch of Sebe casts coming up, by the way. I think there's like 8 planned this month. So it's a lot of new names, new voices to be heard. So I think you guys will enjoy those. But I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.